All right. So today was a big day for NFL scouts, for NFL teams, and all over the NFL world. Honestly, why? Why was March 24th a big day? Well, it was the pro day of Cameron Ward, right, the quarterback of University of Miami. Now, this is kind of the first time we're seeing Cam Ward, in a controlled setting, doing his workouts, and he just looked phenomenal, right? He was just making every throw. Wilson, I doubt it. From he's going to the Tennessee Titans. Okay, he had a flawless pro day. All 32 teams were there. And you saw Joe Shane and, freaking Mike Kafka there talking to him, speaking to him, and giggling or whatever. I don't even know why they're there, to be honest. He's not falling to third. Okay, he's just not. The Tennessee Titans have not addressed the quarterback position the entirety of free agency. Okay, what does this tell you? That this tells you they're going to draft a quarterback. Everything they said like a couple of months prior, of how you can't pass up on a generational prospect. I think that was smoke and mirrors. They're trying to refer that to Travis Hunter, but in reality, it's Cameron Ward. Okay, they're gonna take Cameron Ward. It's all smoke and mirrors. So that's where he's gonna go. I wanted Cameron Ward, but he is not falling. He is not falling third, and this is 100% on Brian Dable. This is 100% on that bozo Joe Shane. Should have never won that last game against Indianapolis. And also, this goes back last year as well. He should have never won those meaningless games last year. Could have had Jaden Daniels. But, they just want to win meaningless games, and it's putting us in a position where we can't even get the tippy-top quarterback prospect that we want to get. But, with Cam Ward, he's out here making all these throws. He's looking really good. He lost a little bit of weight, and he's going on all these interviews with all these different insiders and news people, and he's just very well spoken. He's very confident in his abilities, and he said it himself. He's solidifying that number one overall spot, and he looked great. I'll be honest, it was a great pro day. Okay, and any team selecting first would be dumb to not take him. So basically that just leaves 2 and 3. Okay, what are the Cleveland Browns gonna do? Whatever the Cleveland Browns do, that's honestly going to impact what the Giants do, right? And that also goes into Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. So if the Cleveland Browns select a quarterback, right, if they go ahead and select Shedeur Sanders, that just leaves the Giants with no options. Now you're going to have to go with either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, which I'm going to make a video about because I got a lot to say about those two guys, right? But if Cleveland takes Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter, well, now you got Shedeur Sanders. That falls in your laps. Or one of the other with Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, right? If they select Russell Wilson, right? If they sign Russell Wilson in free agency, then you kind of know that they're not going to select a quarterback. So now you got Shedeur Sanders, and they're definitely going to go with a high prospect defensive to be on the team who doesn't even want to be here. He had 6-hour meeting with the Steelers. He doesn't want to be here. So honestly, at this point, I recommend they go ahead and just take Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter, preferably Travis Hunter, because he kind of tackles two needs at once. And you just signed Brian Burns and you still have Kayvon Thibodeau, even though I'm not really a fan of Thibodeau no more. And I would really like, Abdul Carter. He's like the second Micah Parsons. But, again, that's for another video. We'll talk all about that. And, the Giants just got to keep on building. They need to keep on building. And they just got to make the right decision. They're in a very desperate mode right now. I don't really even think Joe Shane's going to be in the position he's going to be in next year. I think he might get fired. He's going to get released, whatever. You could do Travis Hunter and Jackson Dart later on. But honestly, with all the Jackson Dart sort of talk, he's probably going to go in the first round. Some team in the first round is going to take him, and I think it's going to be the Raiders. We always talk, oh, well, he's going to be a late round pick, well, late second round pick, a third round pick. But that's what we said about J.J. McCarthy, and he went in the top 10. The Jackson Dart's going to go in the first round. Some team will select him. So, maybe Jalen Milroe you take in the later rounds after you sign Russell Wilson or something. I mean, they got to sign a quarterback regardless, the Giants. So, but yeah. So this pro day was great. It just, Tennessee Titans, that's the new number one pick for them. So it's not great for the Giants. Giants are not trading up. But if the Giants trade up, it is an absolute abomination. Okay, do not trade up. You could have lost those games. Now you're going to trade up all those assets to number one. I'm like, well, what are you guys doing? So that's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts. The pro day was great. Do you like the pro day? You like what you see? Do you think he's going to fall? Do you think he's not going to fall? Do you like some other prospect? Let's see what happens.